Hello, back again with another video. And today we're going to be doing what is a loop. And a loop can execute a block of code as long as specific conditions are reached. The loops are handy because they save time and they reduce errors and they make code more readable. Now we have 4 different types of loops, and those 4 different types of loops are while loops, do while loops, for loops, and for each loops. And there are 3 rules to a loop. And for those 3 rules, or sections I should say, is that there's an initializer, a condition, and an iterator. An initializer is the section is used to initialize a variable that will be located for a loop and cannot be accessed outside loops. It also can be 0 or more assigned statements, methods, and increments or expressions, and await expressions. And for example, for this while loop, the initializer is int I equals 5. And for while loops, for the condition is a Boolean expression that will return either true or false. If an expression evaluates the true, then it executes the loop again. Otherwise, the loop is exit. So the condition here for this while loop is while I is lower than 10, and then it will in the curly brackets it will constantly right line the number, and then with the last section, which is the iterator. The iterator defines the increment or decremental of the loop's variable. So this will always add the numbers up by 1 every time when it consistent when it loops. So now when we play the code, oh, looks like we got an error. Sorry, we gotta take this out. Let's put it here. Okay, now when we play the code, sorry about that, we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because this, and the reason for that is because I is 5, and it counts from 5, so that means it shows 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 since the numbers are less than 9. But if we were to put it to 0, then what will happen is 0, 1, 0 through 9 will be shown because all those numbers are less than 10. Now for the next, now that we're done with the while loop, we're gonna go next to the do while loop. Now we're gonna comment this out, this code here. We're gonna comment it out so that we can run the do while loop. Now with the do while loop, what we're gonna do for the do while loop is the do while starts with a do key followed by the code block and Boolean expression with the while key. The do while loop stops execution, exits when a Boolean condition evaluates to false, because the while loop conditions specified at the end of the block externally execute the blocks at least once. So for in this example, we have the iterator, which is up here, and I equals 0. And then now we have the incremental right here with the, once again with the I plus plus. And that's to make it add up every time. And then we have the condition, which is in the while, which is if the number is lower than 10, then it will show the number. So once again, we will play it, and it'll show 0 through 9 again. And then it'll run it every time. Now that we ran through that example, we're gonna go and comment this one out and move on to the for loop. Now let's go to for loops. For the for loop, what we're going to do is that we're going to go and say that the for loop's keyword indicates a loop in C#, and the for loop executes a block of string repeatedly until this condition remains false. So for this one here, it's going to be all in one. So for int I equals 0, which is the initializer, the condition, which is if I is lower than 10, and then the iterator, which is I plus plus. So add the condition up once again to 1 every time when it loops, and then console, and in the curly brackets it will console.writeLine. And now when we play it again, this will also for the third time show every number that's lower than 10, 0 to 9. And for the for loop, we will go to the last one, which is the for each loop. And for the for each loop, this example will be different because this time we're going to have a string. And for this string, we're going to use the example of cereal, and we're going to use fruit loops. So we're going to do string fruit loops, and since fruit loops had a cereal that had different loops, we're going to use the colors red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. That's first. So for each string I in fruit, we'll play what's in the curly brackets, and then it will and in the curly brackets, or in the regular brackets for string I in fruit loops, console.writeLine, and then it will display all of the loops, so red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple.